All right, the Pentagon is sticking to its guns, insisting that the COVID-19 shot mandate for service members does not pose a threat to national security, but rather is one of the best ways to preserve it.
The Secretary's view is that one of the best ways to make sure that the force is able to do its job to defend the nation is to make sure that they're protected against this virus. We would agree with people that argue that it's a national security issue, and our view is that one of the best ways to be able to preserve our national security is to make sure that our men and women are protected against this virus and therefore are healthy and able to do their jobs to defend this country.
That was Pentagon spokesperson John Kirby yesterday at a press conference. Well, many disagree with his statement. That includes a number of leading Republicans, including the leading Republican overseeing the Defense Department's budget and policies, who has sent a letter to the Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin demanding the Pentagon's vaccine mandate, quote, be immediately suspended. Join me now to talk about his letter and the concerns that he and many others share is Senator Jim Inhofe of Oklahoma. He's the ranking member on the Senate Armed Services Committee. Senator, welcome back to the program.
Well, thank you, Tony. Nice to be with you.
Now, the military pushing back on your assertion that this is going to create a problem for our nation's military in terms of both retention and recruitment. Explain your concern about this shot mandate.
Well, first of all, that's just an outrageous lie. I've not heard anything that extreme, because just the opposite is true. I think people don't understand. A lot of people, even your good listeners, are not aware of the fact that there's a big difference between Democrats and Republicans when it comes to a strong national defense. And the best evidence of that is when the first budget came along, our president came out with the figures that he was using. We were going to increase all other non-offense issues by 16%, but only increased defense by 1.6%. What does that tell you? That's about a 10-to-1 difference there. And it's because a true liberal Democrat doesn't believe you need a strong defense to start with. Now, in my case, we're dealing with it. I called for the immediate suspension of the vaccination mandate. You know, I was back in the days, and I've heard this argument given, back in the days when I was a kid and I was in the United States Army, I could understand it. I never knew where I was going to be stationed and all that. And so there are a lot of shots that were necessary because of the unknown thing. This has nothing to do with that. But what we have is contractors who are working with the military, and then the military, when they're given a mandate to stop that. And keep in mind the letter, and if anyone would like to see a copy of that letter, I have that on my website, which is inhofe.senate.gov, and you're welcome to pull that up. Because one of the biggest problems we have right now are problems with the military. We left a presidency, Donald Trump, who is a very strong supporter of the military. In fact, he gave me the opportunity to pretty much dictate what he was going to be doing on the military. He did a great job. And then, of course, it was replaced by someone who doesn't even think that we need a military to start with. And I'm talking about serious things. For example, pilot shortages. Right now we have pilot shortages. A lot of that due to the fact that we inherited an excellent economy from the Trump years. And so everyone is fully employed, and it makes it that much more difficult to compete and to keep people in the military. So we spent most of our time trying to do that. But right now, we don't have the pilots that we need. And the reason we don't is the pilot shortage that has taken place. The economy has increased, and so the airlines and others are in need of pilots, and they can, in most cases, pay more than government can. So that's what we're dealing with right now. And it goes far beyond. And you and I, over the years, have talked about this as we've gone through Democrat administrations and Republican administrations. It's always during the Democrat administrations that we short the military.
Right.
And that's exactly what is happening today.
One final question for you, Senator, is you've given them a November 1st deadline to respond back to several questions you asked regarding this shot mandate. But one of the issues that's been raised is this dishonorable discharges or less than honorable discharges for those who refuse the vaccine. Is that something you think you and your colleagues can stop from happening?
Oh yeah, we can stop that from happening. We're going to have to go to the public, go to people like you, Tony, and others who reached out to the real people and let them know how important our military is. And the fact that right now we're in a situation where between China and Russia and many of our other adversaries, we're in the most threatened position that we've been in my lifetime. I have no doubt about that. And this is the problem that we're facing at the same time that we have a presidency who is not supporting the military. So it's a real crisis. I want to keep in mind, though, because you just mentioned it, they're going to have to respond to us by, when is it? November 1st.
Yeah.
November 1st, they're going to acknowledge that they did not. I'd like to make sure that you pay attention of what happens on November 1st.
Well, we will be watching, and Senator, we hope to have you back on to tell us what you heard by that November 1st deadline. Senator Inhofe, we're out of time. I want to thank you for joining us. As always, great to talk with you, and appreciate all that you do on behalf of our nation's military.